More fun with Scott Sternberg.
Okay, thank you, Charlie O'Donnell. We are playing Let's Go Back, and we are about to start the second round. We have a great game going. Mark is in the lead by 10 points. He has 50. Daniel and John with 40. Feel pretty good so far, guys?
Yes, we do.
Hanging in there.
I do. I don't know about you guys.
Answering for everybody? Okay, let's take a look now at the categories for round number 2. And they are Songs of the Cinema, Space, Jacks of All Trades, Tube Stuff, and A Dog's Life. 20 points now for each correct answer. We'll take the 20 away if you don't get it correct. We also have another great hidden time capsule behind one of our decades. And Charlie O, only you know what prize we got. Tell them.
It's the official Tom Corbett Space Cadet Belt. Just strap it on and imagine you're at the Space Academy training to become a Solar Guard. Although the last telecast was in 1952, this groundbreaking series will live on in the hearts of science fiction fans everywhere. Back to you, Scott.
Okay, thank you very much. As you were talking, Charlie, Mark kind of just went over to John and said, "I'll trade you." That David Cassidy thing? No?
Tom Corbett.
You're a Tom Corbett guy. Okay, well, you guys can work it out later. Let's see what happens.
Space Cadet.
Okay. Mark, you're in control, and you have the lead. Pick a category, a decade, and we'll go back again.
50s songs of the cinema.
In Annie, Get Your Gun, Betty Hutton sings this Hollywood tune made famous by Ethel Merman. Daniel.
There's no business like show business.
And you're right, we know. And with that, Daniel, you take the lead. Pick again.
Oh, let's get spaced out in the 80s.
Okay. Riding on the Space Shuttle Challenger, this astronaut became the first American woman in space. Mark.
Sally Ride.
Yes, it was Sally Ride. Anybody know the first Russian lady who went into space?
Sally Raditsky.
Sally Ride. No. Valentina Tereshkova. Right? Thank you. Put that down. Okay. Mark, you have control. Pick again.
60s songs of the cinema.
In The Music Man, Robert Preston warned about there being trouble in this city. Daniel.
River City.
That's right here in River City. Go again, Daniel. You have the lead.
70s songs of the cinema.
And it's the time capsule for Daniel. Well, Mark, Daniel's got a chance to win the Tom Corbett Space Cadet Belt. And you also will get 40 points this time. We'll double the amount of scores. Mark, John, you'll have to sit this one out. Remember, we will not take anything away from you, Daniel, if you're incorrect. It's 70s songs of the cinema. This 1975 cult musical featured a character named Riff Raff and a dance called the Time Warp.
The Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Is good for 40 points. Good job, Daniel. Came right through, increasing your lead to 120. You have control. Pick again.
80s songs of the cinema.
Closing out that category. In the 1986 film version of Little Shop of Horrors, what was Audrey 2's favorite expression? Mark?
Feed me.
Yes. Feed me. Pick again.
50s Jacks of All Trades.
This star had a long-running feud on radio with Fred Allen. John?
Jack Benny.
Yes, it was Jack Benny.
Yes.
Okay, John.
Okay.
Pick again.
Let's try 70s space.
In 1976, the Viking 1 and Viking 2 both made successful landings on this planet. Daniel.
What is Mars?
Well, we'll just take Mars.
Yeah. Hey,
What is something else you can use some other time in your life.
Right.
But go right ahead, Daniel. Pick again.
It's just too intellectual. 60s space.
On a 15-minute suborbital flight, the first American to travel in space was this man. John.
Alan Shepard.
Yes, it was Alan Shepard. Go ahead, John.
Let's jump to 80s Jacks of All Trades.
This best-selling author's sister starred in Dynasty. John, again.
Jackie Collins.
Yes, it was Jackie Collins. You've taken over second place. John, pick again.
Let's try 80s Tube Stuff, please.
A 1983 episode of this series attracted the largest U.S. television audience ever. John.
Dallas?
No, not Dallas. Mark.
Roots.
Not Roots. Daniel, you want to venture a guess or leave it alone?
Leave it alone. I thought it was Dallas.
I'll try again.
You try again. The answer was MASH.
Of course.
MASH. John,
I feel
pick
dumb.
again.
Let's 70s Jack of All Trades, please.
This actor won his first Academy Award in the 70s for his chilling portrayal of Randall McMurphy. John.
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, it was Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson.
Go ahead, John.
60s jacks of all trades, please.
This writer is often seen on talk shows with his wife, Reiko. Nobody there. Remember 60s. Jack Douglas. Jack Douglas. Did you know, Mark?
After you said it.
After I said it, of course.
Okay.
Okay, John, you're still in control. Pick again.
70s tube stuff, please.
On February 1st, 1977, more than 60 million viewers tuned in to see the final episode of this landmark miniseries. John.
Ruth?
There's Ruth. There's what we needed, Ruth. And John, you're up to 120, only 20 points away from the lead. Pick again.
60s tube stuff, please.
Everyone remembers the Beatles' debut on Ed Sullivan in 1964, but also appearing was this future Riddler. John.
Frank Gorshin.
Yeah, it was Frank Gorshin, and you've tied Daniel for the lead and in control. Go ahead.
Let's stay with tube stuff 50s, please.
Finishing out this category. When the Mickey Mouse Club premiered in 1955, its cast included adults Roy Williams and this actor-songwriter. John.
Jimmy Dodd.
Yeah, Jimmy Dodd. Remember what they used to call Roy?
Big guy.
Big guy. Big guy. He was the big musketeer.
Big musketeer.
I know
Okay.
you don't care, but it's just something else that you can write down. All right, go ahead, John. Pick again.
Let's go to 80s A Dog's Life.
Okay, with the lead now, John. The TV series Empty Nest stars a lovable pooch who answers to this name. Dreyfus.
Dreyfus.
Pick again, John.
70s A Dog's Life, please.
This dog began a career on Petticoat Junction, then starred in several of his own spin-off movies. John.
Benji.
Yeah, Benji. Go ahead, John.
60s A Dog's Life, please.
Staying with the dogs. The Brady Bunch had a dog by this name. Nobody, huh? Tiger.
Oh.
Tiger.
Thought it was Al.
Daniel is waiting for the rabbit question. Go ahead, John. Pick again.
Finish out A Dog's Life for the 50s, please.
Okay. In a famous speech in 1952, Richard Nixon continually made references to this dog. Mark.
Checkers.
Yes, Checkers. That's right, Mark. Good for you. Finishing up A Dog's Life, and we have one question left here in the second round. Space in the 50s. There was an uproar in the U.S. when the Soviets announced they had launched this. Mark.
Sputnik.
Yes, Sputnik 1. Good for you. That's the end of round number 2, and we'll take a look at the scores. We have a good game going. John's got 180, Daniel's got 140, Mark 110, and in a minute we're going to come back with the important decades round. We're going to find out who wins the game, and we'll do that right after you listen to this.
Let's go back.